It's been a really long day. Like, a really long day. It's like constant business. Like, every 5 seconds there was something or someone. It was just crazy. And it's good because business equals money, because that means that I get more hours, and that's awesome. But the problem is, I'm not used to business like this, because we haven't had it in quite a while. But it's good because, like I said, money is good. And money is a very good thing right now. So that's the reason why it's almost 11 o'clock and you're getting this video so late. First off, I want to throw out a big shout out to every single person, man, woman, or child that has been able to help with this. As of this moment, we are officially over 30,000 views here on Pop. So yes, that is awesome, and we are approaching our Pop-iversary. Yes, our anniversary of the channel. Obviously, we know that's back in November, but Pop as a channel was May 1st. And May 1st is rapidly approaching. It is almost the end of March now. So yeah, this year's going by fast, which is awesome, because that means that the faster this year goes by, the quicker I can go home again, and the quicker I'm a lot happier. Now, I also found out that I'm going to be most likely flying out of Columbus this year, thanks to my stepmom, and she is going to be my backup transportation. So I have a guarantee of a ride to and from the airport, so I get to fly Southwest again, and that's always awesome. Now, obviously, all of you guys and girls out there know, if you're regular Pop viewers, that they are going with me. My dad and my stepmom are going with me to Orlando this year, so we'll talk about that in the distant future. Obviously, we're going to talk about that, some videos coming from that very soon. We got a brand new Versus coming out tomorrow. It is going to pit the Muppet movie against the 2011 Muppets. So that's going to be really entertaining, and it was really entertaining, so we can check that out. It's going to be on Pop tomorrow. And actually, as soon as I get done uploading this video, I will start uploading the video, because I have to upload it on the iPhone, because that's how I shot it. I shoot Versus on the iPhone, and that's because I shoot the movie reviews on this iPod, and I can start uploading from the iPod as I'm shooting with the iPhone. So it makes perfect sense. I do it that way. It just takes a little longer. So, let's talk SmackDown, shall we? So, we started off the show. My version is via a torrent on bollyrules.net, and check them out if you want to check out some really awesome wrestling, not just WWE, not just TNA, but all different types of wrestling. You can check that out on bollyrules.net. Give them a shout out right here. And like I said, very excited. We are at 30,000 views here on Pop. So yes, it's awesome. Our Pop-iversary coming up on May 1st. Really excited about that. It's going to be amazing. And 2014 is going to be a great year for Pop. Mark my words. There's some really cool stuff coming in the near future. And actually, it looks like there's a really good possibility that I'm going to be in some new parks in 2014. I may end up at Legoland in December. It sounds like that's pretty much a guarantee, and it looks more and more likely like I'm going to be at Busch Gardens this year. So yeah, we're going to hit 2 new parks. 2 new parks means new videos from new places, and that's going to be awesome. So, let's talk SmackDown. And like I said, my version started off with a match, and the match was the show-off Dolph Ziggler taking on Damien Sandow with his brand new haircut. And this match, actually, it wasn't bad. It was a short match, but it was okay for what it was. A chinlock by Sandow as we start talking about the match. Ziggler elbows his way out, comes off the ropes. Sandow mows him over with an elbow and stomps away on the chest. And he drops his knee pad and does a leaping knee drop. He tosses Dolph to the floor like yesterday's garbage for good measure. And he goes out to chase him, and he sends him hard into the barricade, like side first. And then he tosses him in, makes a cover 1-2 and a kick out. So a headbutt, a snapmare takeover, and 2 clubbing blows to the chest, and he locks on the chin lock. Again, Dolph elbows his way out, and a headbutt from Sandow, whip in, and he puts on the brakes. He charges in, he catches the back elbow from Ziggler, and the exclamation point DDT. Both men are down at this point. They both reach a standing vertical base at this point, and he ducks the clothesline. Ziggler off the ropes with a crossbody, and he does the crossbody to the punches. And he leaps into the corner with the 10 punch into the reverse neck breaker. 1-2, Sandow kicks out. Goes for the name dropper. He misses. Counter to the Sandow driver, and that gets a 2 count. Comes off the ropes, and he goes for a side somersault neck breaker. He misses. Ziggler hits the name dropper and gets the 3 count. So, big win for Dolph. And Dolph's been on quite a winning streak lately. and it really looks like he could potentially be one of the favorites in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which obviously translates to he's not winning. But still, it would be cool to see something big happen for Ziggler, even though it sounds like they're doing the stable I've been talking about for a long time, the Angry Young Man stable with The Miz, Dolph Ziggler, and Zack Ryder. Like I said, I want to throw Kurt Hawkins in that mix, because Miz, Ryder, and Ziggler are all legitimate friends outside of the wrestling business, and I think it would work really well to have them in a stable together. That's the reason I've been talking about it for a long time, so that's the reason why I keep bringing up the Angry Young Man stable. And I think it's quickly coming to fruition, since we now have our last resort on YouTube with Zack Ryder's new YouTube show. Check it out if you get a chance to. And while you're at it, check out WWE Slam City. It's enjoyable, at least for me it is. So, we start off the show with Kane coming out. Of course, Kane cuts a really awesome promo. He basically says Daniel Bryan, just like the cell block tango, he had it coming. So, no one is bigger than the Authority. Some people are simply better than others. And everyone pretty much deserved what happened on Monday night. The obliteration of Daniel Bryan that happened courtesy of Triple H on Monday Night Raw, which we talked about a couple days ago. So, Triple H basically sent a letter to Kane, and Kane read it for the crowd. Basically said that he was pushed into the disciplinary actions on Daniel Bryan, and there has to be respect for the Authority. And, of course, he wants to welcome us to SmackDown. So yeah, great promo from Kane. Really can see why Kane is such a great politician. Honestly, he's great when it comes to promos. I wish the matches were better, but, I mean, they're not terrible. So, I mean, they're okay for what they are. And Kane, of course, is winding down his career. Of course, he has his brand new real estate venture with his wife. That's coming down the pike. And Kane won't be donning the gear too much longer. As a matter of fact, doesn't don the gear anymore anyway, because he just wears dress pants and shirtless. So yeah, I hope that they get him some sort of gear for the match at WrestleMania that everyone is talking about. That was going to end up being Kane and potentially the NXT Tag Team Champions, the Ascension, against the Shield in a 6-man tag, but now it's going to be Kane and the New Age Outlaws against the Shield in a 6-man tag. So yeah. We get our first match, and it is joined in progress, actually. It is Fandango with the gorgeous Summer Rae taking on Fernando of Los Matadores, of course, with Diego and El Torito at ringside. If you guys know me well enough and you followed these recaps that I've done for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, I don't like the Los Matadores gimmick. I love Primo and Epico. I think they're a good team. I think they're an enjoyable team, and they've got really good double teams. They have great chemistry as a tag team. Obviously, they're related. It makes total sense. But I don't like the Los Matadores gimmick. I think it is a take away from when they bring Sami Zayn up to the main roster. Obviously, the Olay is his deal because his days is El Generico. So I think that they need to get rid of it. Just be Primo and Epico. And I think when they induct Carlos Colon into the WWE Hall of Fame the night before WrestleMania this year, I think that that may be another step closer to getting rid of Los Matadores. I love Masquerita Dorada as well, but I don't like El Torito's gimmick. I don't like the gimmick of El Torito. He's awesome in the ring, but I don't like what they're doing with him. I don't like this gimmick at all. And basically this match was pretty much punishment for the botches on Monday night, which actually, weirdly enough, was a Raw exclusive on this version. The match between Fandango and Goldust that pissed off Goldust like to no end and made him almost completely break kayfabe on television, which he did basically, but Cody kind of calmed him down quick enough. Like, dude, we're live television. You might not want to say anything. Just go to the back and just beat Johnny if you'd like to, but still, just come on, let's get to the back. So that's what this match is. It's Fernando against Fandango. Yeah, I know. And Fernando, if you were not aware, is Epico. So yeah, it's not just if he lost to Primo, that's fine. But it's Epico. I have no issues with Epico, but it's Epico in a singles match. This doesn't compute. Fandango with a really unique maneuver. He has a wrist lock, and he pulls him into a short arm chop. And he does it twice. And on the third time, he sends him into the ropes, and he catches him with the wrist lock into the fireman's carry slam, and drops the knee on the arm, makes a cover 1-2, and a kick out. He goes to the chin lock. So, Fernando punches his way out and gets a jawbreaker, and he comes off the ropes. Fandango mows him over with the spinning heel kick 1-2 and a kick out. go to the middle turnbuckle, goes for the knee drop, and he misses the charge. The corkscrew headbutt off the ropes twice, whip in reverse, he slides through the legs, and he catches Fandango with a snap rana, ducks his clothesline, and hits a springboard off the middle rope, back elbow. Summer Rae gets on the ring apron, she's wearing red, gee, I wonder where this is headed, and just like I thought, when she drops off the apron, El Torito sees red because he's a bull, mind you, and chases Summer around the ring. Summer gets on the ring apron to try to get away from the bull, and this allows Fandango to get distracted long enough for Fernando to roll him up from behind 1, 2, 3, and that's the end of the match. So yeah, it was a match. So, we get our Wyatt family interruption, which these are always enjoyable, because Bray Wyatt is a master on the microphone. Of course, given the fact that the match that I've been wanting to see for a long time, Luke Harper and John Cena, is your main event tonight on SmackDown, I would say that makes sense for Luke Harper to speak first, and he does. So he says, "It's not safe for you here, John. It is not safe at all. Tonight I am the Reaper, and I will carry out his will." Love the promos. Bray Wyatt, of course, has to speak. He says, "I am everywhere, and I am everything. It makes all sense in the world why you would be afraid of me, John. Fear me, haha. For I was born of this world's hatred. I feed off its sins. I am the color red in a world full of black and white. I am your mother's tears from the love you couldn't repay her. When the buzzards are circling overhead, I am the sad truth that waits for you down below. I got your fear, John, right here in the palm of my hand. And your fear is my power, and my power is my control. I'm only a king, John, and I rule your entire world. Run." Dear God, Bray Wyatt's awesome on the mic. This program between Bray Wyatt and John Cena has been phenomenal so far. And we haven't seen the hokey-jokey John Cena, we've seen the serious Cena, and that makes it even better, because serious John Cena is gold on the mic. And Bray Wyatt is untouchable right now. Even Mick Foley himself said he out-mankind mankind. And that's why I said that he should be facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania 32. But that's just another thing I've talked about for a long time. So, we get our next match, and it is a fatal four-way to determine who will be facing Jimmy and Jey Uso for the WWE Tag Team Championships. It's not announced when, it's just announced that it will happen eventually, so it could happen like tomorrow, or it could be on a house show. It won't be, but it could be. Or it could be on Raw, it could be on SmackDown, or it could be, ding ding ding, WrestleMania 30, because it's 2 weeks away. So, in action, we get Seth Rollins and United States Champion Dean Ambrose. And of course, we get Curtis Axel and Ryback. You get three-man bands tandem of Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre, as well as the Real American Cesaro and Jack Swagger. So let's talk about this match midway through the match, shall we? Double whip by 3MB on Ambrose, gut shot by Jinder, big boot by Drew, and a leaping knee from Jinder on Ambrose, 1-2 and a kick out. He locks on a front face lock, and he tags in Curtis Axel. A boot in the corner, and he chokes him with his boot in the foot. He hits the slingshot elbow, and Ryback with the clubbing blow to the chest on the apron. Tagging to Ryback, big scoop slam, standing big splash, 1-2, and a kick out. So it boots him in the head, chokes him on the middle rope, and shoulder block in the corner. Ambrose counters with a sunset flip, 1-2, and a kick out. Snap suplex on Ambrose by Ryback, and there's the meat hook clothesline. Swagger tags himself in and makes a cover. Ryback makes the save. There's collusion, obviously. So, Swagger bomb, Cesaro tag, leapfrog double stomp, 1-2, and Rollins and McIntyre at the same time make the save. So, Cesaro kicks Seth into the corner. Literally, so much ferocity, he kicks him all the way across the ring. So, the Vader cross faces and the chin lock. He elbows his way out, European uppercut, and Ambrose delivers punches. And Cesaro with the uppercut, and Ambrose with punches. And they battle back and forth, trading blows momentarily. Finally, Cesaro knocks him loopy. It was really great because he nailed him with the European uppercut, and he knocked him into the ropes, so he flips him upside down, and it basically had like a whiplash effect. It snaps back, and he clotheslines Cesaro to the mat. Tagging to Swagger, he drags him in the middle of the ring, and Ambrose with an inside cradle, 1-2, and a kick out. boot in, DDT, and swaggers down. So he tags in Seth Rollins, finally, tagging a Jinder Mahal, and a duck the clothesline, Seth with a drop kick, boot in the midsection, whip in, reverse, and drop kicks Drew McIntyre off the ring apron, charges in, catches the back elbow, hits the blockbuster off the middle rope, and he knocks Curtis Axel off the ring apron. Seth Rollins with a house of fire right now. Ryback charges in, Rollins low bridges him, so he nails the charging forearm in the corner, hits the tope con hilo on Ryback on the floor, back kick, and Slayer pulls the boot when he's going for the blackout, and Roman spears Heath out of his boots on the floor. Meanwhile, in the ring, leaping kick from Rollins, and he goes for the blackout, 1-2, and McIntyre makes the save. There's the toss to the floor by Ambrose. Kane gets in the ring, there's a big brawl, referee calls for the bell, and all hell's broken loose. So the Outlaws come out, they attack Roman Reigns on the floor. There's a neutralizer on Seth Rollins in the ring by Cesaro. Ambrose gets hit by Ryback's shell shock. And Roman's trying to fight off the Outlaws. Kane goozles him, and he basically ends up getting stomped down. Kane kicks Roman Reigns right in the head, and everybody leaves, except for the Outlaws and Kane. They beat down Rollins and Ambrose. There's the Famouser on Rollins, and a big choke slam on Ambrose. The Outlaws toss Roman Reigns in the ring. He eats the choke slam, and the Shield are laid out. Interesting way to do this. So, there is no contender to the Tag Team Championships because the match ended in no contest. But the Shield didn't win, and that was the name of the game, so you would think the other 3 tag teams involved would get a piece of the pie one way or another. And that certainly does happen later on in the evening. I'll mention that in a minute. The match, for what it was, wasn't bad. If it would have been a little longer, it would have been a little bit better. I love really seeing the irony of Dean Ambrose playing face in peril. I really like that. That's kind of cool. I do like the babyface Shield. I know that's probably just a matter of time. Supposedly, they're going to be breaking up very soon. If not, the breakup happens at WrestleMania, causing the Outlaws and Kane to win. But I don't know. It could go either way at this point. So, we get our next match. But before we get our next match, we get a little Miz TV. And Miz calls out the Big Show, a little reminiscent of Show Miz back in the day. They shake hands, everything's all great, but then, of course, he has to mention the fact the Big Show's lost 9 times, and the Big Show, of course, wants to retort that he was basically selling out arenas when the Miz was still popping pimples in high school. So Miz is like, okay, fine, you want to play that game? I can bring out some other people that are in the Battle Royal that have something to say to you, like Titus O'Neil and Kofi Kingston and Alberto Del Rio, Big E Langston, Cody Rhodes, Goldust, Mark Henry, and Sheamus. Sheamus comes out with a microphone. He's the only one with a microphone. He says, let's fight. So there's a ginormous brawl. Miz slides under the bottom rope smartly, and Sheamus dumps Cody, and then one by one, everybody gets eliminated. Finally comes down to the Big Show and Sheamus. And just like during the Royal Rumble, when Sid Justice eliminated Hulk Hogan, Miz tried to do the same thing to Big Show. Didn't work out. Sheamus got tossed. Big Show ends up chokeslamming Miz over the top rope, pretty much is what it was. He grabbed him, goozled him, and tossed him over the top one-handed. So Big Show is now the favorite to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. To justify 2 things. Number 1, the Big Show has always been compared to Andre. As a matter of fact, when Paul White debuted in WCW, if you do not recall, he was wearing Andre's shirt and was called basically the son of Andre the Giant. That was WCW booking. Obviously, this did not go in when the Big Show ended up debuting in WWF. But still, that's pretty much what we had there. So yeah, it was just basically just a nice little brawl to get everybody hyped up for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Should be an entertaining match, to be totally honest. So we get another match. It is a non-title match with the Intercontinental Champion Big E taking on Alberto Del Rio. We go midway through the match like we always do here. Whip in, reverse. He charges in, and his boot gets caught by Del Rio. He swings him, so he's teetering in between the ropes, like he's hanging on the ropes, and Del Rio does the double stomp and kicks him in the head, 1 count only. So Big E kicks out on a 1. That was interesting. Chinlock, and he gets pushed into the corner, comes off the ropes, He gets the boot up yet again, and Del Rio gets on the middle rope and does the cross arm breaker in the ropes. He breaks at 5, and when he gets back into the ring, Big E gets his momentum. Clothesline, ducks Del Rio's clothesline, belly-to-belly suplex. He goes for the big ending. Del Rio slides down the back and plants him with the backstabber, 1-2, and a kick out. Gets tossed into the corner. He misses the shoulder in the corner, and when Big E's trying to reach his feet, he gets nailed with the GSK, and 1-2-3, Del Rio wins over the Intercontinental Champion in very decisive fashion. Really short match. So, apparently we are playing the love connection between Santino Marella and Emma, and it's like Santino likes Emma, and Emma likes Santino, but it was like Santino was talking to somebody in the makeup chair, and he was saying how he liked to do her dance and everything, and then Emma tried to, like, sneak up on Santino and basically scared him so much that he fell down, and when Emma tries to help him up, what happens? He headbutts her, and so yeah, this wacky couple between Santino and Emma. Yay, it's gonna be fun. So yeah, we get our next match, and of course it's focusing on Total Divas, given the fact that there is legitimate heat between Natalya and Summer Rae, and they are forced to team up against Brie and Nikki Bella. So, midway through this match as well, there's a discus clothesline by Natty, and it's countered to a chin breaker by Nikki, 1-2 and a kick out. Summer tags herself in, and Nikki with a leg trip, 1-2 and a kick out, a headbutt, and a hair pull takedown to the ring apron by Summer Rae. Pulls the leg back and the knee in the ropes, because it's kind of grapevine in the ropes at this point. Makes it cover 1-2, Nikki kicks out. And she's trying to go for a leg grapevine, and she misses, tagging to Brie. Brie comes in the ring, clothesline, drop kick, whip in, knee, charges in with a running knee in the laying against the ropes at this point. Goes for Brie mode, and he gets stopped with a spin kick. And there's some shoving between Natalya and Summer Rae, and basically Brie mode is engaged with the double missile drop kick on both Summer Rae and Natalya. And Natty gets caught with a Bella Factor, and that's the end. And after the match is over, she just literally kicked Summer in the ass and just walked away. So yeah, that's exactly what happened. It wasn't playful either. It was just like, you moron, kicked her right in the cheeks. So yeah, that was entertaining, and not really. And Bella's obviously wearing different gear, so they're not playing up the twin magic of old. They're actually wearing different gear. Nikki's wearing pink, and Brie's wearing blue, so you can tell them apart really easily. We go back to main event, which I actually got to watch the other day, and Undertaker, of course, shows up behind Paul Heyman when Heyman, of course, is trying to read Taker the Riot Act about Brock Lesnar conquering the streak. And basically, Heyman gets goozled. He's begging for his life, pretty much. And Taker basically says he wants him to deliver a message to Brock Lesnar. He says, you tell Brock he's going to slay the beast. And once that's done, he's going to throw his corpse into the fiery pits of hell. PG era, gotta love it. So, like I mentioned before, Kane, of course, with all the tag teams that were involved in the four-way, except for the Shield, obviously, and all of them want a piece of the pie, just like I said they would. Well, because they were involved, Curtis Axel and Ryback are getting a tag team title shot. And Zeb pipes up and is like, well, we were involved and we also beat the Usos before, so yeah, why don't we get a shot? He's like, yeah, you're right, that makes sense. The Real Americans get a tag team title shot. And everybody walks away except for three-man band. And Kane's like, what do you want? I was like, hey, we were involved, and like Heath Slater was involved. He was broken in half on the floor. He's like, okay, fine, well, I'll give you a WrestleMania moment. You guys can be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So if they marked out because they're going to be in the Battle Royal, and they're actually getting to be on WrestleMania, so that's a big deal. Not everybody's going to make the Mania card at this point, to be totally honest. It just doesn't seem that way. There's a lot of people who are going to miss out on WrestleMania in 2 weeks. So Lana brings out Alexander Rusev as usual. He walks up on his podium, talks about being the Bulgarian brute, the super athlete. I like this, but I don't know how the crowd's going to take to it once he actually debuts. Now, granted, we had a little piece of him at the Royal Rumble. He really didn't do that much. So, a lot of people are saying that Rusev is probably a really good favorite to win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal because, you know, it'd make perfect sense if you have a giant trophy standing on top of a freaking podium. So, it makes sense for him to raise the trophy in the air standing on a podium. So, he doesn't have gold medals, so he's got to do something with that podium, right? So, yeah, it was, as usual, basically Michael Cole gives an injury update on Daniel Bryan after the beating on Monday night. He basically says he has a dislocated shoulder, but he's not going to miss any ring time. He's going to return this weekend. Actually, he worked the house shows over this weekend, and he's going to be on Raw this Monday night. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. We got our main event of the evening. It is John Cena against Luke Harper. This match is awesome, by the way. I really want to see it given a lot more time. Given this match like 5-10 more minutes, this match would have been totally great. So, we go midway through the match. Whip in, charges in, and he misses. And Harper catches Cena with a neck breaker off the ropes. 1-2, and a kick out. Nails the European uppercut, and then a regular uppercut, and he goes to the gator roll, turned into the side headlock, turned back into the reverse chinlock. And Cena counters with a protobomb, and ducks the clothesline and the shoulder block. And Cena, of course, goes for the second shoulder block. He gets caught in midair, hot shot style, an inverted atomic drop, and a huge super kick from Luke Harper, 1-2, and a kick out. So it looks like he's either going for a scoop slam or the Michinoku driver, and it gets countered. And he rolls him up, and it looks like he's going to set up for the STF. Harper kicks him off, ducks the clothesline, protobomb, 5-knuckle shuffle. He goes for the AA, gets countered, and he pushes him into the ropes. Big boot, mows over John Cena, 1-2, and a kick out. He charges with a boot in the corner. He misses, and he gets tangled up in the top rope, goes over the top rope to the floor. When he gets back in the ring, gets caught with a drop toe hold, turned into the STF. And the smart counter from Harper, and it fits his gimmick oh so well, he bit Cena's hand to get out of the hold. So he plants him with a backdrop, turn into a face buster, and he gets a 2 count off of that. He goes for the sit-out powerbomb, Cena counters with a Rana, and then when he gets up, Harper nails a snap Rana on John Cena, and it's like finishers galore. It's awesome. And he hits the Michinoku driver. It succeeds this time. 1-2. Cena kicks out. He sets up for the discus lariat. Cena ducks. AA. 1-2-3. He powders out of the ring. And Bray smiles at John Cena as he celebrates. So yes, that was the end of SmackDown. So yeah, it was interesting. As we're still on the road to WrestleMania, I will be talking Raw on Tuesday, of course. And we're going to be talking NXT on Wednesday. Looking forward to that. I actually got to watch NXT on Thursday Night Live. And I'm actually going to be talking about it. And I'm really excited to be able to talk about it. So, we're on the road to WrestleMania. And I feel fine. So, what would I say about this show? If you get a chance to check out anything, Dolph Ziggler and Damian Sandow, it was enjoyable for what it was. It was too short, but it was good. The Bray Wyatt promo, yes. Kane's promo at the beginning, absolutely. The 4-way tag team match, I definitely checked that out. And probably the only other thing I would definitely recommend is the main event, John Cena and Luke Harper. So yeah, Harper's awesome, and more people that realize that, the better off they shall be. Harper is going to be huge one of these days. And he's going to be a huge singles star one of these days, too. I just forecast it happening. So, that was SmackDown in a nutshell, and like I said, as always, if you like these videos, tell your friends about them, leave a comment, do subscribe, and help spread the word about Pop. If you'd like to, like our Facebook fan page, Sir Owen Disney Pop. If you'd like to, I don't know, maybe be my friend on Facebook, sure, it's Owen Disney. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Sir Owen Disney. Last but certainly not least, you want to send your thoughts, comments, queries, and opinions, ideas you have for WrestleMania, your WrestleMania dream card, you want to talk about that. You want to talk WWE, you want to talk TNA with me, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to become part of this Popcaster revolution and become a Popcaster yourself, send your videos and your messages to SirOwenDisney@gmail.com. So in the meantime, thank you guys and girls out there for watching, and until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I gotta say about that.